everyone, my name is Millie and welcome to the Performing Arts and Me. For those of you that don't know me, from September 2021 to May 2022, I did a foundation year at Berg College, and from September 2022, I've accepted my place to study on the theatre dance course at London Studio Centre. I make videos about musical theatre, drama school, performing arts, and my general life experiences. So if you're interested, please do subscribe. Now, today's video is going to be another part of my videos about the audition processes that I've had. Now, I've done two so far, one on my audition day at Trinity Laban and one on my audition day at Mealdale. But today's is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to do two in one because it's about two of the self-tapes that I did. Now, today's video is going to be about the audition self-tapes that I did for Mountview and GSA, Guildford School of Acting, this year's ones that I did. As I said in my previous videos, please remember that this is just what the process was like for me. It could have been different for other people this year, and it could also be different for other people in the future. So please check on their websites, check their specifications, any emails they've sent you, check all of that and take their word and email them if you want to confirm anything. Don't take anything that I say as it's definitely going to be true in the future or for you, because I might have had a different experience to other people and it could change again in the future. Okay, so I'm going to start with GSA. Now for GSA, I think I did this audition, filmed like the self-tape material just before February half term. So I think I did this self-tape before I did my audition for Mealdale and Trinity Laban. I'm going to make another video about general like self-tape tips, advice, how I went about doing it, maybe, I don't know, that kind of thing. I think I'll make another video on self-tapes more generally, but this is specifically about GSA and Mountview self-tapes. So as I said, I think GSA was my first one that I sent in, although obviously it was a while ago, so I'm trying to remember, but I'm sorry if I got any of this wrong. But yeah, so I think GSA was my first. We were sent 5 videos of dance/movement exercises for us to do. And then we had to send in those, so we had to film ourselves doing those and send that in. We also had to send in something else. Now, I was struggling to remember what the other thing was we actually had to send in, so I've checked on their website. And as I'm filming this, their website said that it was 2 songs. But please check that and confirm in the future, because yeah, I couldn't really remember whether it was 2 songs or a song and a monologue, but I think it was 2 songs. And that's what their website says currently. So yeah, there's not really too much to say about self-tapes, to be honest. It's not like an audition day, because you film it when you can before their deadline. You send it in when you can before their deadline. However, I did ask, because I think GSA, I think you apply through UCAS. Again, check all of this. And so I had to send in, there's a UCAS deadline, so I had to send in my UCAS application by that date. And I think GSA came back quite quickly with an audition, like a deadline for the self-tape. And I was like, could I have a little bit longer? Because we'd been advised to push our auditions back a little bit later if possible, just because we were on a foundation course, so we get the most training out of our course if our auditions were a bit later. And they did give me a little bit of an extension, but it wasn't very much. So I would just say be prepared to send in any self-tapes quite soon after. Yeah. So after that, it took me a while to hear back from GSA, I think, but eventually I think it was just an update on UCAS that I got, and I didn't get any further than the first round. I think after that it is maybe face-to-face, or it was this year, but next year it might be different. It could change again, so just check that. But yeah, so I didn't get any further, so I can't really tell you about what the recall stage was like, I'm afraid. So my Mountview audition, I'll talk about that next. Again, it was self-tapes. So for Mountview, we were sent a dance and technical exercises, and we also had to send in a monologue and a song, I think. However, it could have been 2 songs, I'm not sure. So again, please check that. And it could change, as I've said before. So I did hear back from Mountview as well, and they sent an email, I think, and unfortunately I didn't get any further in the audition process, But again, I think their second round is face to face, or I think their second round this year was face to face, but I didn't get any further, so I can't really tell you much about that, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if there's a third round audition for Mountview as well. I don't know. I might be making that up. But yeah. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to note about Mountview was about their submission dates again. Now, I did Mountview the year before as well, self-tape first round. And so the year before when I'd done it, I had sent in my application form quite early because I figured I might as well send in the application form. And I didn't really think about the fact that when I sent in the application form, they might send me an audition date quite soon. So the first year I was auditioning, I sent in an application form and then they sent me back a deadline that was in like 2 weeks or something. And I actually had a bit of an issue going on with my ankle at that time. So I asked them for an extension, but they said that they would give me an extension. They gave me quite a long extension actually when I asked them in the first year. But they said that they wouldn't be able to reschedule it again without me having to pay again, I think. So I knew that when I was applying this year. And so this year when I was applying, I held off on my Mountview application until either maybe it was coming up to the deadline or something like that. I mean, I don't think I left it till the day of the deadline or anything, but I left it a bit later because I knew they might send me quite a soon audition date. I think I did ask for an extension again this year, and I think I did get one, but I think it was the same thing where you can't reschedule again without having to pay for effectively a new audition. But I can't really remember. So yeah, double check that, but it's something you might want to bear in mind when you're considering when to submit your applications. So that is all I wanted to say in this video. I feel like this was really vague and a lot of I don't really know. You might want to check that. So sorry about that. But I just don't want you to like blame me if it's different next year, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hope this video has been a little bit helpful, and if it has, please do give it a like to let me know, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss my future videos. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!